Gursikh in Nishani, so hopefully you've had most of the other talks and some of the other lecturers have explained what a guru is. I will just go into the basics of it. So the first 5 slides are very general. You'll most likely know what I'm talking about, but then after that we'll go into the deep part of it. Bibi, if you press down. Okay, so the word Gursikh can be split up into guru and then sikh. And then the word itself, guru, can be split into another 2 words, gu and ru. Gu equaling darkness, and then ru is light. So a guru is someone who can take an individual from darkness and put them into light, enlighten them, take away anxieties. In Sikhi, when we talk about guru, our guru is Buddha. So an example of something who isn't a Buddha guru, you'd end up back in darkness. Everything would be limited. A metaphor for that would be a candle. A candle can light up a room, but its limitation is that when the wax runs out, the room's dark again, you're back in that same problem, or it can be blown out by someone stronger. Or even to start itself, I mean, the candle needs support, it needs to be lit initially. So that wouldn't be our perfect scenario. For us in Sukhmani Sahib, Maharaj talks about Pure Gurga Sunupdes. So when we listen to the teachings of our Buddha Guru, we'll realise that our Guru is with us all the time. If we remember him with each and every breath, all anxieties will be taken away. So if we go back into that dark room, our anxieties would be like, is someone behind me? If I step forward, am I going to fall over something? Am I going to fall into something? And the whole thing, where am I? Now if you take those anxieties and you put them into a life scenario, it's the same thing, in the sense that we all have our issues, we all have our problems, stuff that stresses us out. If we meditate on our Guru and we remember our Guru, those anxieties will be taken away. Next slide. So a Sikh student is pretty straightforward, the definition of a Sikh, but what I was trying to get from this slide is that in an ideal world you would have a teacher, everyone would listen and everyone would pass. But what happens in reality is that when it comes to taking the exam, you'll have some individuals who weren't there, who didn't get taught for whatever reason. It might just be their bad luck, they were ill, they didn't attend the lessons. But you'll have those individuals who were able to listen to the teacher, apply everything to the exam and pass it with flying colours. So what exam am I talking about here? The exam for us as Sikhs is the game of life, isn't it? It's trying to get out of this cycle and become one again with Waheguru. So when I'm talking about these teachings, the basics to these teachings are, most individuals would say, Naam Danish Nan. So Maharaj talks about it, Bhai Gurdas Ji talks about it, and loads of other bhagats. Quite simple, I'll give you simple definitions of them. So if we go into Naam firstly, I think he needs to be fired. Naam, remembering God, anywhere, whether we meditate or if it's we're doing vichar, that moment becomes so pure that itself is a form of meditation, it's a form of teaching by our Guru. Our Guru tells us that we need to remember God. Donating, so dan. Now the first thing that comes to everyone's mind probably is like paise, dasma hiswa of this one, so 10% of your wage goes to some kind of charity. But there's so much that we can donate, whether that be our time. Now we've all got busy lives, whether it be with education, work, family, but if we can donate a certain percentage of our time, that means a lot nowadays. You've got people who have got so much skills and so much knowledge that if they can give that to other individuals, that's a big thing in itself, and you get that like bond for that as well. If we come down one. Ishnan, so we always think about when we have Ishnan, the physical aspect of it, having Ishnan in the morning, but that is really just the tip of the iceberg. The main thing that for us as Gursikhs is the mind and the soul, the man and the atma. And the way that we can cleanse those is through our acts, the way we think when we're in a situation. If we try and mould the way we think into a positive way, rather than letting the Panch Jod take over us. So that's the Ishnan aspect. Now, if we put both words together, we get Gursikh. So, general definition of a Gursikh is someone who listens to their Guru, as well as listening, applies it to their life, and then the Guru's at the forefront of all their thoughts. They accept hukam, and if anything good or bad happens, they still think that's hukam as well. Now, for a Gursikh, their matha is always at the Jan of the Guru's feet. The same Guru that we do matha take today. We're very lucky that Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Jyot resides in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and we've got that opportunity. So now what we're going to do is, Vijay, go back up, sorry, it's my fault. We're going to get into groups. I don't mind who you pair up with, but as long as you can gather around a table, try and have equal amount of numbers. And in regards to what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a Vard, and it's been written by Bhai Gurdas Ji. Quick brief history on Bhai Gurdas Ji. He was the maternal uncle of Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. He was our 5th Guru. And he, as most of you are aware, had an immense seva that when Guru Maharaj was acharing Bani, he was the person who was writing it down. As well as that, he wrote a Granth. He wrote a Pothi, which contains Vara, and our Gurus gave them Vara so much satkar. They said, if you want to try and understand what we're saying in Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, before you do that, read the Vara, because they will give you an insight into Sikhi itself. So that's the big thing. I mean, we can spend all our life trying to understand what Guru Maharaj is saying, but if our Gurus are saying, okay, before us read this, it highlights the significance of it. Now, so I'm going to give you a Vard, and it's on the Nishani, the qualities of a Gursikh. And in your groups, I'll give you some paper. We're going to try and analyse each Pankti. You've got a good chunky time for this, about 30 minutes. The other groups, they spent 40 minutes plus. So do make the most of it. See what definitions you can get. See what qualities you can pull out of each Pangati. And then we'll all reflect on it and see what we've got from it. Is that okay? So if we can all gather around different tables. This one, where Bhai Gurdas Ji talks about the earth. So we've got the feet, and then under our feet is the earth, and then under the earth there is water.
We've got to that it's trying to say, like, on the outside of a Gursikh, they're quite hard like the earth, but on the inside they're clean and humble and pure like water.
Okay, perfect. Next group.
Humble, like a Gursikh always believing his name. They are never in there, so the Gursikh is always there.
That's good. Bear in mind, some people do speak really quietly, so if everyone can just remain silent, and that will help us all be able to listen to it. Yourselves? just one person, and then we'll go around. One person, or you all have to come out and then present it.
Essential support, because water is in the water. I'm sure the water is always there.
Okay. As support, because at every point, even if there's land, there's still water in it, and then you've got the ocean. That's fine, perfect. Yourselves at the back?
That they never think they're like higher than anyone else. There's a social and
that's good. You lot, Frisbee.
We took out for instance, the Earth's crust, all it is a cover, isn't it? Yeah, like on the inside, for instance, the Gursikh's Atma, and that's what's true, which lies underneath the Earth.
Okay.
Like the core, for instance, and the Barneys are like basically near that anyway.
Okay, that's good. You guys?
The Gursikh is the water under the dirt, and dirt meaning God's will.
Okay, that's good.
And the water is our mind.
That's very good. So the example that I'm going to give at the end is what I've heard from someone who's done Katha. And pretty much all of you guys hit it. It is a Nimrata aspect that a Gursikh always sees themselves lower than the lowest possible form. So we would always think that the earth is the lowest point that we can walk on, but underneath that there's water. And so one of the other groups said as well that if we refer to God as water, we know it's there, we can't see it unless we dig. And in the terms of digging, it's like by doing kamai. So yeah, you got the Nimrata aspect of it, humbleness. Number 2, water flows downward and makes others cool and clean. We'll start on the next table. That one. So we'll go around, so you'll get to go first.
A Gursikh is able to pass on knowledge and transfer their personal knowledge to others.
That's very good, yes. Middle table?
Okay, so it's having Well, it's having purity and marriage, blessing you and honor.
It's good.
And to get rid of the bunches as well.
Fantastic. At the back?
We put Gursikh is humble and they have a pure soul and like they're really clean themselves.
Yes. Yourselves?
Okay, number 2, we put, it needs to be numerous now. So I think more like, it kind of, a good sick kind of rubs off onto the people in a most positive way possible, and just as like so cool, like as so clean inside that whatever they do and their actions are pure as they can be, and I think that kind of, and as they flow downwards, they don't see it like that. They put themselves at the bottom, and that's why the actions are so clean.
Yes, definitely. Yourselves?
We refer to the water as Naam, so through Naam, any person can clean their own mind, and by cleaning their own mind, they can spread knowledge up and clean others' minds.
Good. In regards to the reference that I've got, it's your table here, it's spot on. It is that a Gursikh spirituality is so high up that they always want to go downwards. They don't see themselves as being on that kind of spiritual plane level. And in that process of always seeing themselves the lowest, they clean everyone on that path as well. Anyone that meets them, their aura is so vibrant that it rubs off, and that person for that moment feels like bliss as well. Mixed with colours but yet colourless. That table? Yeah.
It shows equality in that it doesn't matter to God what colour you are. It doesn't matter what caste you are. When you take Amrit, you become part of the caste.
Yep.
And different personalities, you don't need materialistic things. It's a metaphor.
Yes. Next table at the back.
We put that Gursikhs aren't affected by Maya and like equal.
It's good.
Like the Gursikh can mix in society with like good and bad people, but remain cause.
Yeah.
He said that Gursikh isn't affected by the colours of the world, so it recognises Bunch, Jordan, Maya and Kanji, but it's not affected by it, and they help other people become like them, colourless, and they hide it as well. So they seem common in society. They don't advertise that they have certain things.
It's a very good definition. Definitely. There was an example given yesterday by, I had someone helping me, the Katawajak, who came and then went out again. And he said a Gursikh is like a bottle of water, let's say, and if you add a colour to it and you mix it, for that moment, for that purpose, you'll be able to use that colour to paint something or whatever. But if you leave it and you come back to it the day after, the colour will be at the bottom and the Gursikh again will be colourless. So it's able to remove itself from that situation afterwards when it doesn't need to be in that kind of mind frame. But yeah, you all got that, so that's brilliant. Slide down. Can you just... So we are number 4 and number 5, and I think these can all be done together. 4, 5 and 6. So if you want to give like what you made of those, that'd be perfect.
It's controlling the anger, and then it turns from like Gursikh turning from bad to good. So turning from hot to cold, so from anger to like peace and more calm.
Okay. Yep. Does anyone else want to say anything in that group?
No.
No. Okay.
Not judging.
Not judging. Okay. Yes. Next group.
4, 5 and 6.
Is it no 4?
Or just 4 now?
4, 5 and 6. Sorry. Did you say 3?
Start with 4.
Okay.
It says that Gursikhs appreciate the bad just as much as they appreciate the good.
Okay.
So it's one independent of the other.
Yes. Go on, and then the next person.
I think we said that that's like is it meaningful? No.
Don't worry. Carry on. Just.
We're not leaving 4. That's 4. Yeah. So number 4 is also you were talking about Sam's fight. He's always he's always ready to fight, but at the same time spiritually he's really cool as well.
Okay, that's good. Anyone else?
Number 5.
what it means is basically a Gursikh has a good understanding of hukum, and anything that happens to a Gursikh, whether it be bad or good, they want to get to a certain level in the city, which they would do if they were a Gursikh, and they would just see it as hukum Maharaj. That's what Maharaj got in the Kismet for, and like it's anything that happens, they just accept it. And I don't think, even if they do get angry, I think they have such mind control where they wouldn't actually show the anger on the surface. As such, they would be able to cool themselves so quickly that, like it says here, it extinguishes the fire. And that's what technically a Gursikh is. It's like they just, anything that happens, bad or good, they stay on one level and kind of take it as it is.
Definitely. So you're saying like how we can be quite erratic with our mind thought. We can be angry 1 second, sad, and then really happy, and then bursting into tears. But Gursikh doesn't have those rare of emotions. They're just quite steady in their thought. Yourself?
On the first one, you said that Gursikh sees God everywhere and recognizes the illusion of the world. And a Gursikh shades his companion as well on the bunch of.
The fifth one, a Gursikh has the approach of different people with different methods to help them connect.
Okay.
Gursikhs help others to connect and don't want to lose their connection. Also, the hot or cold, it could mean like when you're facing a task, or hot meaning when you're a bit more aggressive. Right? So a Gursikh's always ready to fight against, he's ready to be aggressive if he or she is ready to be aggressive if need be, but then they also have the ability to get rid of that aggression too, at a level. So depending on what they're facing, or if a person is, if they're trying to help someone, a person that's really aggressive, they might need to be a bit aggressive as well.
And that the keyword being Viras for that.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's one of the key points that comes out of that. Anyone else?
Is it like a controlling your mind? Like they'll have the ability to control a situation. Yeah.
That's good. Yourselves? Super car. Maya. Right, back to this group, everyone. Supercar's gone now. Go on then.
Basically, there's good and bad, like, this is number 4. There's good and bad, but like a Gursikh is not affected by it.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyone?
For number 5, we said even though everything is around negative or positive, you've got to say always think positive.
Definitely.
Number 6, regardless of any negativity, a Gursikh will always try not to be affected by others.
That's good.
We said for number 4 that Gursikh's able to adapt to their circumstances. So, like the Samsafai thing, so if they need to be like tended, they can do that, and if they need to be like gunned, they can do that. So like they need to be supplied.
Yeah.
And then for number 5, we said that even if they are like in supply, even if they are supply or some in both ways, they're always thinking about other people's colour, so they can never do anything that wouldn't be good for others.
That's good. That's really good.
6, they have control over their fine straws and they can control their anger and their limitations.
That's good. It's very good.
We looked at hot in the sun as if we need to fight, we can stand up, and cold in the shade, but we also need to jump now and like keep a balance between them.
Definitely. Who's turn is it? Go on.
And number 5 is say that doing good for other people. Really high nice points of seeking, but he has not
Okay, that's cool. Next one. Anyone else? Are you all going to come out and stand here?
Highest point into the tree, and you can get dragged back down, and you need to stay focused.
Okay, that's good. That's well done. So conclusion. Like these are the Nishani of a Gursikh. So we'll go around and then just a summary of what you thought the shabd was, what Bhai Gurdas Ji was trying to say to us. It's yourselves first. You guys? Yep. No. No discussing. We should already have this. Yes, definitely. Right. You guys first. Who's speaking? Who's speaking? Who's doing the conclusion at your group?
Oh, right. Basically, we think the conclusion is that the body is describing the qualities of the Gursikh.
Okay, yeah.
And that these are like the main qualities that they should like maintain throughout the whole of their life.
For example,
like being the fire extinguisher and like keeping up the fun show of their life, and like they don't take time to get rid of them and just like for instance like just grab those thoughts and chuck them in the bin straight away.
Okay, that's good.
We kind of thought that this reflected these qualities, so such as the last bit where it says the marks, that could be also described as a Gursikh's alarm never fades. We also thought that some qualities are a Gursikh would always have the ability for growth, and they're always a learner. They have the vibration of Naam. They have the ability to help others selflessly. They have Nimrita. They're humble. They acknowledge illusion. So the Bhai Straw, they have that acknowledgement. They adjust to their surroundings. They control their Bhai Straw. They're true to life. And the third one never fades.
That's brilliant. It's a really good summary. Yourselves?
Living in a world full of mark and everybody is affected by it.
That's good.
We said it was because adaptable to their circumstances and always there to give others.
They're humble and has a good influence on someone.
They're also empathetic and able to control their own thing.
That's good.
We saw that water was the main
Metaphor.
used, so we thought a Gursikh should have the same qualities as water.
Okay.
To become a good Gursikh, you need to have a pure mind, soul, and help others, and always have Nimrita, and keep them away from the bad jaws.
It's very good. So, in regards to summarising the shabd, you've all hit it. The metaphor was water is like the qualities of water reflect on a Gursikh. If we just go back to being hot and cold, so it's like being caught in a situation where a Gursikh never gets into anger, never gets growed, because that's more for personal reasons. So if someone swore at me and I got angry, that's growth. But bidas is when you do something for the pala of others. So if someone's being converted, someone's being killed and there's violence going on and you try to defend that individual, that's bidas. Anyone can get into bidas if it's for the falah of someone. So that's that hotness. But then being able to come out of that situation and then be shant again, be cool again, and to just meditate on name. So that's what that one was talking about. And their purpose is always good, whether it's bidas or just being shant. Their intentions are always good for the falah of the world. And this, warm but extinguished fire. So this is really nice, because if you think about it, this is showing that water can be at 100 degrees, really hot, and still can put out fire. And what does it do? It turns into steam, cools down, and it's water again. So that highlights all of the above. We're going to go on with some press down, please. Most of you guys mentioned down. No, just press the arrow. Thank you. Down?
No, it's happening. It's moving on that.
Oh, it's not moving on that.
No, go back down to the side.
Okay, while that's still sorting itself out. So we all talked about the punch jaws. So we all mentioned the punch jaw in our talk, that a Gursikh tries to eliminate them for some way or another. So these, most of us talked about these in our talk. Not very good. Let me get that. Right, let's start again. Most of you guys mentioned this, sponge jaw and the way to control them, and I'm glad that most of you actually said it's about controlling them, not defeating them, because these, we can use them for our advantage. The same way people have good qualities and bad qualities, and we try and use their good qualities, these have good qualities too. We just go and manipulate the situation for our own advantage. Like, if you're going to have calm, if you're going to have lust, have it towards your guru. Have that prem towards your guru, that you want to shower your guru with flowers and stuff. If you're going to have greed, have it towards the fact that you want to do more simran, you want to do more bani, you want to make sure that in this life you're not coming back again and you go straight and you merge with the Akal Purkh. So these, they can be manipulated. Like more again, Guru Ramdas Ji Maharaj wrote letters to Guru Arjan Dev Ji when they were separated, and that's like a bani that we read, Shabd Zare. And it was that Bairag to say that if I don't see you, like I feel empty and stuff like that. So that was an attachment, but it's the best type of attachment to have it towards your Guru. Press down. Is it still not working? Keep pressing it once till all these lines come up. Keep going from. So this example, when it came to giving examples, I wanted to use our gurus because they're the best type of examples that you can get. The way they led their life, even though they were Akal Purkh, was to show us how we should lead our life. Now, I'm going to tell you a quick sakya about what's happening here. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji, when he was on his travels with Bhai Mardana and Bhai Balla, they went to Sri Lanka. But the reason for them going there was that he had a devotee, a trader by the name of Bhai Mansukh Singh. And when this trader would go to different places, he would tell people, I've met Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj and he's amazing. I truly believe that this is God on earth. And he would also spread the message of what Guru Nanak Dev Ji was teaching. When that trader went to Sri Lanka, he met a Raja there, Raja Shivnab. And he told the Raja about Guru Nanak Dev Ji and his qualities, and the Raja got so excited and so happy that, wow, I need to meet this individual. And he packed his stuff and he was ready to go. But the trader said to him, no, you know what, actually stay here. I can guarantee you, if you have that much prem and shraddha, that you believe Guru Nanak Dev Ji to be your guru, you believe Guru Nanak Dev Ji to be a Akal Purkh, he will come and see you himself. So the Raja said, okay, that's fine, I'll stay here, I'll wait, I'll make all the preparations for when my Guru comes to see me, that everything is perfect. So he did all this, but what happened was people caught wind of this situation, that the Raja was waiting for three individuals, was waiting for Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Bhai Mardana, Bhai Balla. So people would dress up and they would go there just to abuse his facilities, to get like a really good meal, to get a nice place to sleep, and like being a Raja, he would have princesses, so that kind of environment. When the Raja saw all this, he became disheartened by it, because he was like, these people, I'm waiting for God, and like if God has come, how do I know he's come or he hasn't, and did he just get eluded, did he just get washed away with the worldly stuff that I've put on for him? So he got really angry and upset, and to an extent where he just lost all faith and he just stayed in his palace. Guru Nanak Dev Ji realised that one of his Brahmis, someone who had so much itcha to meet him, had now come off the path, and they thought, okay, this isn't right, I need to go there now and like try and resolve this situation. So when Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj went there, they went and they sat on a tree by the palace. Now, because prior to them arriving, the Raja had become so bitter and not looking after his environment, everything was just overgrown, dirty, and the tree wasn't blossoming. But as soon as Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj went there, everything had blossomed, everything was beautiful, it all green. And the trader was there at the same time, and he ran back to the Raja and he said, the person who you've been waiting for, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, is here, come and see him, come and get his darshan. But because the Raja had become so bitter, he didn't believe it. He was like, no, anyone can have magical powers, anyone can make a tree blossom. I'd rather just stay here, no. And the trader was adamant, no, come and have darshan, you're going to miss this opportunity. So the Raja thought, actually, you know what, let me test Guru Nanak. If this is Guru Nanak Dev Ji, let me test him. And he sent out princesses. Now, this would be a total calm situation, but look, this is the beauty of our Guru. When these princesses came out and Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj saw them, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj addressed them as daughters. He said, like, he called them Putriyan. There's a shabd that will be on the next page. Maharaj called them Putriyan. He said, look, what are you doing here? Run away from here. Go and meditate on the Kalpuk's name. You don't need to be here. And because it was a vak, because it was something said directly by the Guru from his mouth, straight away they were enlightened, and they left that place and they became spiritually elevated. So when they died, they merged back again with the Kalpuk. Now the Raja caught wind of this situation because the princesses had left, and he realised straight away that this actually is God. And when he ran out of his palace and to come and get darshan of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj by the tree, Guru Nanak Dev Ji went to look, they disappeared. Now, all of us would go into a state of bairag. We would be like, oh my God, I just had shanka, I just had doubt on my Guru. And when they finally did come to see me, I doubted the situation, and he went into a state of depression, being really upset. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, being so like beautiful in everything that he did, he couldn't take that someone had was getting upset at that fact. The Raja was getting upset, so he came back. But the message he gave to the Raja was that you shouldn't test saints, because some of the people that did come to see you, they were on a spiritual journey, and because you put out a test which kind of ultimately made them fail, you've got to give lekha for that, and you shouldn't ever do that. And the Raja was very understanding. So Maharaj gave the Raja a lot of duty as well. In the end, the Raja was a person who went around doing a lot of vichar as well and teaching people what Guru Nanak Dev Ji's message was. But the shabd that I was talking about was this. Maharaj ucharan this shabd at that time, and this is what helped the princesses become spiritually elevated. Now, the moral is that, look at that situation, it was such a wrong situation, and our Guru showed us that we can change a situation like that just by the way we think. He saw those people, those princesses as their daughters. He took such a wrong situation and made it into such a beautiful one where it was a father and daughter relationship. So that's one that we can learn from. Another quick example was this. So most of us have heard of Panja Sahib, where Maharaj stopped the boulder with a hand and there's a print in the stone. So this is the same kind of concept that in a deserted area there's Tibetans that used to live, and there was a Rakshas that used to live at the top of the hill. And he used to haunt him and stuff like that, and they got so annoyed and so upset that this was their hometown and they couldn't even live there in peace. So what they did was they obviously prayed to God in their own homes that, please, can you just save us, this is getting too much for us now. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj went there because he had heard those prayers, and he sat at the bottom of the mountain. There was a river, and he sat there doing Simran in a Chogra. The Rakshas came out and he saw Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj sitting there, and he got really annoyed because he's like, hold on, who's this sitting at my doorstep? Doesn't he know my reputation? This is a nun. And he got so angry, he picked up a big boulder rock and he just threw it towards Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. And it hit Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj on the side, hence the print that's been left there. And what happened from there was Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj didn't even move. They weren't affected by the boulder hitting them. They stayed in a state of samadhi. This annoyed the Rakshas even more. When the Rakshas came down the hill, instead of like seeing like who this person is and they would realise straight away from the aura that there's someone special, he got so annoyed he actually kicked the patthar, and the patthar was like Play-Doh. It's actually got a printing at the back of where the Rakshas kicked the stone. And now we all have points where we click, something becomes much more clear to us. And that's what happened to that Rakshas at that time. He realised that this wasn't just an ordinary person, this was a Kalpurk Vaheguru. Straight away he did Matha Tek. Now this is such a brilliant quality of our Gurus. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj didn't even hold a grudge. They straight away came out of their samadhi and they said to the Rakshas, okay, look, you've done what you've done in the past, that's fine. But it's what you do from this point onwards. If you can sadar your jivan, if you can improve the quality of your life by being humble and meditating on a Kalpurk Vaheguru, you can still be saved. And that's what that Rakshas did. And on top of this now, so there were Tibetans that lived there, Buddhists. Their leader at the moment, the Dalai Lama or something, he's actually openly admitted in a conference that he had with some Sikhs that the Tibetans that live in that area in India, they believe Guru Nanak Dev Ji to be one of their prophets. And that, look how beautiful that is in itself, the fact that we always praise our Gurus ourselves, but we've got people from different religions who praise our Guru because our Guru saved them as well. So coming back to the Panchajod, that was such a good situation. Maharaj could have expressed himself in such a different way, but they showed us that we don't have to fight fire with fire. We can manipulate a Jod to our own benefit and still get a good result from it. This is one of my last stories, and then hopefully we can summarise everything up. There was a Sant, and his name was Sant Mahinder Singh, and he went to Delhi. There was a big samagam. You have these every so often where people from different religions get together and they all discuss God and they try and learn from each other to some extent. So what happened was you had people who believed in Brahma, Vishnu, Shivji, and they all went there and they all had a certain amount of time where they went on the stage and they explained the qualities of their God. And after everyone had had their turn, Sant Mahinder Singh went up. It was his turn to talk about Sikhi. And when he went up, he had his 3-foot kirpan with him, so he's gone on the stage. And the first thing he said to everyone is, thank you so much for sharing all this information. I didn't know certain stuff about your gods, and it's nice to know that. And so he just was very thankful for that. But then he questioned everyone. He said, I've just got a quick question. I'd like to know how many of all of you guys here worship Brahma. And he said the reason being because not a lot of people worship Brahma. In India, there's probably a handful of places where you can go, as a mandir for Brahma. Most people believe in Vishnu or Shivji. And so that's fine, they all put their hands up, and then he did the same for Vishnu and he did it for Shivji as well. And he goes, okay, that's fine. And then he started discussing the individual gods. He said Brahma used to fly around on a hunts and he had 4 heads, 4 arms, and then he said the same about Vishnu, that it was Shastra Tari, and Shivji used to wear a snake necklace. So he went through all of these qualities. He said, how many of you would do that? How many of you actually one of their Devta used to lie on a bed of snakes? Most of us probably got phobias of snakes, and so he pointed out all these things and he goes, they used to have their gears, you guys don't keep your gears. And there used to be Shastra Tari, and I'm sure none of you are carrying Shastra with you at this time. So to summarise that, he said, I'm a puttar of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. He goes, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj had a dada, I've got a dada. And he wore a dastard. He goes, we can all wear dastards of Gursikhs. He used to carry Shastra for the protection of everyone, and he told us to carry Shastra. He goes, if someone is a true ashik, if someone is a true lover of someone, they will try and dress up like them. He goes, and I do that, and my Guru has given me that kirpa to be able to do that. But I'm really sorry, we're all in this room here of people, and none of you actually look like the person who you're saying that you love. And that's a big statement, because you have children who believe in, who listen to songs and they want to dress up like the artist, whether it be a rap star or anything, because they have that love towards them. Our Guru has given us such a beautiful roop. It's such a natural roop, and it doesn't we don't have to modify ourselves in any way, because that's the way Guru created us. And that's the Nishani in Gursikh itself. So to summarise the talk, we talked about basic things in Sikhi, which was Naam, Daan, Ishnan, how we can become a Sikh, and they're normal practicalities. So they're stuff that makes you a good person, Pretty much every religion will say that you need to do those things. How we can convert the Panch Jod. We've all had situations in our life where we've been affected by a Panch Jod. It could be someone calling us a name when we're walking down the street, and have most of us responded by thinking, you know what, you're not worth the argument, Hannah. That's us. Did we win? We probably did, because we could have argued back and lost what we actually stand for, Hannah. By Gurdashti's Var. Now, all of you guys translated that, and pretty much all of you got the meaning that Bhai Gurdashti was trying to say. Gurbani is accessible, Hannah. We just got to put in the time. It's not, Maharaj has made Gurbani generally, like Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, it's for everyone. Anyone that reads it will get a message. It doesn't mean, if my message is different from yours, it doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means that we've got a different understanding. Maharaj will make us understand it how they want us to understand it. But as we spiritually grow, that message will get deeper. Identity, so a Nishani of a Gursikh is also our physical appearance and how we represent ourselves. And our Gurus have given us a bakshis for that. And we're very lucky that our Guru is perfect. Everything that we want from our Guru, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj sits in the takht every day, and we have darshan from him. Okay, that's the end. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.